Welcome back. This is FL05, which is all about noise profiles. In this project, we're going to be creating a sample, a recording, and we're going to be taking out the noise that is in the background of that recording. We're going to use that using Edison and using the noise cleanup filters that are in Edison. Let's start off by recording a sound. This is going to be very similar to FL04, so let's get into FL Studio and we'll see how we can set that up. So here we are in FL Studio. The first thing I'm going to do is open up my mixer window. The mixer window can be accessed if you click on this, what looks like little faders up here. I click on this and you can see your faders of your mixer window. I'm going to select an empty channel here, my insert one. I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to rename it REC. That way I know this channel is what I'm recording into. I'm also going to change its color to red, and over here in its input selection, I'm going to pick the slot of the microphone input that I've currently plugged into, which is input 1. Got a little bit of feedback because my microphone is picking up what my speakers are putting out. I'm going to mute that channel right now, but it should basically be, you can see the input that is coming into it. So there it is. I'm going to put into my slots here. On slot 10, the very bottom slot, I'm going to put in Edison. So now I can record a sound. Now the first thing that you need when you record and you're going to be taking out a noise profile is you need just the sound of the room. So I'm going to press record and I'm not going to make any sound. I'm just going to let the microphone pick up the sound of the room. All right, you might hear David Cardozo laughing in the background of our noise sample, but we'll find out what happens. Now I'm going to talk a little bit, and that should be enough. I just need to have a sample that includes the noise profile. So I've got some noise that's up here before my recording, and then I have my main recording over here on the right. I'm going to select the area that has just the noise profile and highlight it. So I'm going to select over here, and I'm just going to pick this area that has no sound. This area is selected in my sound, but it's just the noise of the room. Now I'm going to click on what looks like a little brush over here on the right. And if you hover over that, you'll see over in the top left, in the top left, it says clean up denoise. At the very top left, if you look over here, underneath where your file and all that is, if you look in this top area, you'll see something that says hint panel. Whenever you hover over anything in FL Studio, the hint panel will tell you what that does or what it's supposed to be. So if I hover over this button, you'll see in that top left area it says clean up denoise, acquire noise profile. This is what we're going to use to take that noise out. So step 1, I select the area that just has the noise. Then I click on that brush. And right now it says denoiser and it has what looks like a parametric EQ here. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to click on acquire noise profile. And what it's going to do is it's going to check that selected area and see what that noise is, how it can filter that noise out. All right, now it has created the noise profile and I can apply it to whatever sound I want. So I'm going to select the whole clip now. Now everything is selected in the clip. I'm going to click on that brush one more time. Except this time, you'll notice that there is something drawn right here on my graph. This is the noise profile. This is where it's going to take out certain areas of frequency in this noise file. Now, if I want to acquire a new noise profile, I can do that, but I already did, so I don't want to acquire a new one. I just want to click on accept, and it's going to apply this noise profile to the entire sound. You're going to notice now when I look at this sound file, where there was once a lot of noise over here, now it's mostly flatlined. Now that noise has been cleaned up. So when I listen to just this file, the sound of the noise of the back of the room has disappeared. Excellent. Now what I want to do before I do this, before I apply the noise profile, I want to have my noise, I just press Control-Alt-Z to go back in time a little bit. You'll notice I have the noise right here in this sound. I want to take just this sound, and I'm going to use this little button, which is to drag that selection wherever I want. It looks like a little arrow with a page. I can click and drag this selection wherever I want, and in this case, I want to drag it into my arrangement window. I'm just going to click and drag that sound into my arrangement window. All right, now I'm going to go back into my Edison, and I'm going to apply that noise filter or that noise cleanup to this selection. Now the noise is gone, and I'm going to drag this clip into my arrangement window. So now I have two sound files that play. I have one that has noise and the other which the noise is taken out. You'll notice that when I drag the noises into the arrangement window, over here in my channel rack, now I have two sound files that are just labeled as untitled blah blah blah. I can right click on this and I can click on the name of the file here, and it will show me that sample here. If I want in my arrangement window here, I can right click on it and I can rename it. So my first one is with noise, and my second one, I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to change its name to no noise. There we go. And you can see that when I renamed them here in my arrangement window, over on the left-hand side, it also renames it over here in the actual arrangement, and it renames it over here in my audio channel. So very helpful. Rather than just having a bunch of untitled names of sounds, it's a good idea to rename them so that way you can pick them out easier. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of these noises into another mixer channel just so I can see them play. You can select them and press Control-L, and that will also rename them in your mixer channel down here. Now if I press play, I should hear the one with noise. Oh, first I have to change my playback mode up here to the song mode. You want to change it to song mode, and now when I press play, all right, you might hear David Cardozo laughing in the background of our noise sample, but we'll find out what happens. Now I'm going to talk a little bit, and that should be enough. I just need to have a sample. And now with no noise. All right, you might hear David Cardozo laughing in the background of our noise sample, but we'll find out what happens. Now I'm going to talk a little bit, and that should be enough. I just need to have a... Yeah, I still heard a little bit of a person laughing or some kind of noise after this part. What happens? What happens? Oh, sorry, about right here. A little bit. Sorry, a little bit. There's a little sound still there. That's because the noise didn't match the noise profile. It was actually a sound that played there. If I wanted to go in and automate the, I could automate the sound for this, or I could just use the razor tool and cut that one sound out. I'm going to cut that one sound out just so it doesn't have any noise. And then use the pencil tool to right click and remove that one spot of the sound. There we go. I'm going to talk a little bit, and that should be enough. That's one way to hard edit. You could also use automation with volume to take those things out. The main thing that we're dealing with here, though, is the background noise. Being able to take out that hum like you hear here, or here, or here. We're taking that sound out. And it sounds instead like this when we're done. Pretty much totally quiet. After you're done with having your sample with noise and without noise, submit this to me in Schoology. Make sure that you submit a MP3 file, a FLAC file, and of course the MP4 screencast video of what you have here in FL Studio. I hope you have a lot of fun with this, and now you know how to make noiseless recordings, becoming more dangerous by the day. I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day.